Hi, Pile One. Welcome to your reading today, where it's everything fall, and there's nothing more basic in fall than a pumpkin spice latte. Am I right? So I saw these cute little mugs and this little gnome out and about. So I wanted to feature some cute little fall stuff on the channel since we get to and it's fall. So I decided to drink the pumpkin spice latte as it is. And you guys picked this super cute little mug. So maybe you guys also like a little PSL from time to time. I also picked for you this beautiful peach calcite, which is it's just a gorgeous energy. It's a very passionate energy. It's a very sacral chakra energy. I'm loving this whole orange vibe that we've got during fall because that's very sacral chakra. So if you're creative or passionate, it's a very good vibe for you. You guys also picked the Twin Flame Journey Tarot cards. So I love this deck because it adds extra words in the tarot meanings, which is always very cool. So it's always nice to get in a different added depth dimension to a reading with the deck, which is very fun. And what I like about this is we're going to use this deck to focus on your question of the day, which is, will they commit to you? So we're going to see, will they give you a commitment or commit to this connection? So cards I want to see are every pentacle card except for the 5, which is usually fear of commitment. We want to see more pentacles than cups. We don't like the 7 of cups. That represents not really having a commitment. We like to have things be tangible. So coin cards are good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what's going on in this connection right now. 3 cards for you. We have 3 cards for your person. They're kind of reversed. They may not be doing the best. We have for their side how they're thinking and feeling about you right now and what's going on in their experience in this connection. And this is your side, how you're thinking and feeling about your person and what's going on in the connection from your point of view. 3 cards for the past. What has happened already to bring you guys to this current situation? 3 cards for the near future in the next few months. So usually it's about 3 months in the future. So if you're watching this when I am releasing it, this is mid-November. So let's say this goes through till Valentine's Day. Of course, this is timeless, so you can watch this at any time and just figure out 3 months in your future and a longer term outcome. So let's see if your person will commit to you. Yeah, I'll just keep this here. Okay. So from your side, what your person is, what you're thinking and feeling, you're committed. Maybe it feels like you guys are already committed. Maybe you're the one that's committed and you're curious if your partner is as committed as you are, or maybe you feel committed in your heart. You also go back and forth about the idea of commitment yourself, and also you're prioritizing self-love and also this connection. So what I have for you, I have the 2 of Cups. This is like divine partnership commitment card, but I do get it on your side. I would have preferred to have it on their side, but that's okay. So we do have this divine partnership card, which is lovely. So it seems like you're committed. I get the 2 of Coins, where you may go back and forth about the idea of commitment, going back and forth about, do you want this commitment? I feel like you might feel more committed than them, to be honest, just looking at these cards. But who knows? They could be super committed too. So it seems like there is that. Also, it could be that you guys have a commitment, but you're looking for the ultimate commitment. And that might be what's going on. So if they're committed and you're committed, then you're wondering about next level commitment. So, because I'm like, why are you already committed and watching a video about commitment? And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's because you're wondering, are they as committed as you are? Or maybe, you know how like okay, not to like out myself. All right. You know how sometimes we start dating somebody and we're really into them and we connect with them and we keep going with them. And then all of a sudden when things get like passionate, we're just like, oh, we don't want to be with anyone else anymore. And then we're just like emotionally attached. And then we never are with anybody else because we just want to be with that person. That might be where you're at. Okay. And then I get, look at though how you're prioritizing yourself. You know that you are amazing, attractive, a prize. You are like a goddess. You are absolutely feeling yourself. You are absolutely like, yeah, I know I'm awesome. They better, know that I'm awesome too. Because I'm loving your strong self-value. I love that. Shout out if you're a fire sign. Okay. For your person, okay. Yeah, your person's not committed to you, but you are committed to them. Probably more in your heart than anything else. Now, your person, if they have told you that they feel like that they want to get there one day and that they could see a commitment with you in the future, they're being honest. Because I do get temperance and it is upright. And I do feel whenever I get this card that this is a card of commitment. This is the card of like lifelong soul contract. This is like a destiny. Now, I don't think they're currently committed, but I would say that they believe that you guys have a life purpose together and that they would get there with you or like to get there. And I feel like they're going to try to get there with you and they're going to keep going. So right now they feel like you are a destiny and they are patient to build this connection, but they are not there yet because they're not yet in love or they're not giving the love, because I'm getting the King of Cups reversed. So usually King of Cups is upright, but in this case it's reversed. What this is a couple of different scenarios. They could be emotionally unavailable, but they know that they're meant to be with you. They could be still healing from a breakup or healing from a grief in their life, and that's what's emotionally messing them up a bit. So there could be sad or heartbroken over something, or emotionally unavailable. I'm not getting that there's a third party so far, but it does seem like that they are unavailable emotionally, or maybe just emotionally not giving. Or maybe it hasn't grown to love. Maybe you guys are new and they feel like, wow, I really want to explore things with pile one, but I'm not in love. I'm not there yet, but I could get there. So there is that. You kind of see more there, but also focusing on you and self-love. So you're prioritizing yourself over the commitment, or at least having a balance of the two, which is awesome. So there's this. And then, but what I do get, I like how it's at least the King of Cups, because the King is somebody evolved. So I feel like they could definitely get there, but they're not there at the moment. Because I also get the Justice, which is soul contract card. And I see it says soul contract, but it's in reverse. So I also get Justice is usually a Libra card. So your person may be a Libra or a water sign. So it could be a Libra or a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be with the Empress. You could be like an Aries, Leo, Sag imagery, like Leo, Aries-ish more so. So with this, I feel like they feel the soul contract, but you guys haven't fulfilled it, or they don't feel like they're fulfilling it, or maybe at this time they're even choosing not to partner with you or date you or even be with you. Maybe they're putting it off in the future. It's kind of more like the vibe here. So you might be thinking like, well, will they ever commit? Are they being honest with me? Are they telling me the truth? Will they commit? Will they get there? So there is that. So I like this soul contract card because it's a potential. I feel like also the King of Cups and Justice in reverse is like the potential. So I like it. But yeah, Justice is usually commitment and it's in reverse. So there's no commitment right now. But they do sense that you guys have a lot of potential. In the past, what's happened? In the past, they may have dated around before meeting you. So I get 3 of Cups, which would represent like 3 dating people. So maybe they were going on dates. They were before they met you, or before they went out with you, or before they got to this point with you. They might have been seeing people or dating around or going on dates. Nothing serious, just fluffy, just kind of fun. 3 of Cups, celebration. Maybe you guys have just only been friends up to this point. It represents a friendship vibe, a community. Maybe you guys have just known each other in the community. So there is that. But happy, good time vibes, happy times. So that's good. And I get the Star, which is hope. So I feel like that you've had a lot of hope in this connection. And I feel like that they also were kind of like, ooh, who's that over there? Meaning you. So that's good. And I get universal alignment. This was the divine intersection that the universe paired you guys up together. So that was cool. That was a divine meeting. And then Page of Pentacles, concrete ideas. You probably were like, this is my person, I'm committing right away. Because the Princess of Coins or Pentacles is, remember I said I want to see coin cards. So you probably in the past, this princess here, committed like immediately. You probably were like, I have this idea, I want to be with them. It's a universal divine alignment. I am intersected with my person. I'm done now. You may be with me. So it seems like you probably committed pretty fast in your own heart. Let's see. 3 months in the future, there's still a little tricky energy, honestly, because there are 2 reversed cards and 1 upright. So, 10 of Pentacles, ultimate achievement. Within the next 3 months, I feel like you guys will start to have more of a commitment and start to build towards a future. This is great. We like all the coins. Ultimate achievement is great for commitment. So, loving that energy, so good. So, I love this so much for you. So 3 of Coins in the next 3 months, you really put a lot of time, energy, and dedication to working towards this kind of a commitment. And then Queen of Swords in reverse. You still might be a little confused. I feel like you're not quite as decisive or sure of yourself, though. Interesting, my darling. Okay, if you have a little aversion to commitment, you may have a chaser energy, where you like to chase somebody, but then when you get them, you're like, oh, but I don't know now. You might be unsure or change your mind. Another scenario is once you get to know your person more, you may be like, I don't know if I really want to be with them anymore. So you may be like, I'm not quite so sure if I want to be in a commitment with them. Then I get, 9 of Coins, which is in reverse, and then Independence, which is in reverse. So also there's a little situation where you're trying to figure out about like independence versus codependence. You're trying to figure that out in your connections and in your relationships. With the 9 of Coins in reverse, you may feel like you've changed your mind. So you might not want a commitment later on and down the road once you get to know them. Or once you get the ultimate achievement, if they commit to you in 3 months, you may change your mind and not want to be in it. So that's a twist. Okay. In the longer term future, 6 of Swords, which is tranquility ahead. It is reversed. And I always look at this as a commitment or a support system energy or being a team or working together. And it's in reverse. I feel like you change your mind, my sweet love. I'll just tell you, I feel like you guys are probably a relationship where you committed your heart and right away, and they weren't really quite there yet, but they were willing to go along with it and build with you and explore this connection. And then I feel like within the next 3 months, you guys will probably deepen it and get closer and commit. And then you're going to change your mind and you're going to want to leave, because I get 3 cards of like you changing your mind and wanting to leave. So this might be a short-lived connection with your person. And maybe you sense that. Maybe you know they're not your forever love. And maybe you're feeling like, oh, I'm so committed right now. I'm infatuated. I'm in it. But I know they're not my forever. I know I'm not going to be with them for like a long term. So maybe I don't want to call you out, but I want to say like, maybe you want to be committed to them right now because you're emotionally attached. And then as you get to know them, you change your mind. And so maybe it's either because you just don't know them enough yet and you like what you see, but later you find out stuff that you're not super in love with, or you want it because you just want them to commit to you because you want them to be yours. We can feel that for many reasons. Sometimes we get jealous and we just don't want them to be with other people. And sometimes we just want to be reassured of their love for us, and a commitment can make us feel like we are reassured of their love. Or we can sometimes feel with this connection that maybe it's for ego. Maybe it's like you just want to have them. But then once you get them, you're like, I don't want you. That can sometimes happen in Aries dynamics. If you are an Aries, Miss Empress, you might feel this way. All right, I want to see what's going on. I want a little guidance. I'm actually going to go jump to this deck, which I don't do normally. But I want to see, will they commit to you? And I also want to see, why would you not commit back after you get them? Because that's a little mystery I'm interested in. You may not commit to them. So I'm going to pull a few cards to guidance about this connection regarding will they commit and why are you going to not commit. So this is the twin flame guide. We'll take all these. No, that's too many. No, we'll take all these. There's no rules. There's no rules. Okay. So shadow side. What? How did we get these? I thought we were doing the guidance. Well, these might be reasons of why you don't commit and why you do. Okay, the light side messages are why you guys end up committing to each other, and then the shadow sides are why you leave. All right, we come from different worlds. So you change your mind because you realize you guys are from different worlds or different backgrounds or cultures that are too different, or maybe it's long distance and you guys don't want to have a long distance relationship. And then my childhood was difficult and it still affects me. This could be an attachment issue. So you guys might have trauma or wounds around this. Maybe you want your person to commit to you so it makes you feel less vulnerable, so that you feel like, oh, awesome, you're not alone in the world. You have somebody who loves you, who can take care of you, who can be there for you. Maybe you're looking for more of a parent than a partner. Just saying that. Also, you might be feeling like your childhood wounds are triggering, and maybe actually it's triggering when you're actually in a relationship. Maybe you feel smothered or stifled, or you start to want to push back. I'm focused on my career over love right now. Okay, yes, Empress, who values their self and prioritizes that, which I'm happy about. So, okay, you might also let go of the career with this, the career. You may let go of your commitment with this person once you start to go in that direction, because your career either takes over your life and brings you to a place where you need to focus on that more or entirely or only. Or you find that once you get your connection, that you're like, all right, well, that's obtained. Let me go make my career good now. And then you kind of just go off on that direction. Or maybe your career is more exciting than this person. Sorry, person. Then I'm trying to bury my love for you. So also you may feel that sometimes something that can happen is when we want to be with somebody and they say no later, that can make us feel rejected, and that can make us want to pull back. So by the time they're ready for a commitment in the next few months, maybe you're too hurt. Maybe you feel like, I don't want you anymore. Maybe you feel like, I don't know if it's safe for me to attach to or open my heart to you anymore. So that might be one of those things. So I'm trying to bury my love for you could be, maybe you're feeling too hurt and that you don't want this connection because you've tried to let it go, or, you're not in that spot anymore. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, I should move on. Maybe you've disconnected and detached out of self-protection. And then maybe we're too different, and that's why we disagree and we fight. So maybe you guys fight too much. Maybe you disagree too much, or maybe you realize you guys disagree on major core issues and values. So that could be, as you get to know them, that you decide like, wow, you know what? Actually, we're not really super compatible. We don't really want the same things in life. We don't really believe the same things. We don't really share the same morals and values. So you guys might actually also feel like, okay, that's not really what I'm looking for. Or maybe you guys are just too different. Maybe you're like a democratic vegetarian who is, bisexual, and your person is a conservative Christian Republican who likes to hunt animals. Who knows? So maybe you guys are like, I don't know if I really want this after all. Okay. Why you guys commit. In the next 3 months, why you guys commit. I'm ready to let my guard down with you. So I feel like your person is ready to let their guard down and they become more emotionally available to you. Oh, you're my queen, and that's how I want to treat you. Your person realizes that as they keep going with you and continue along, that they want to treat you better than they have been, and they really want to treat you well. So I do feel like that they commit to you because they are like, oh, well, I see your specialness, I see your value, I see your emperor energy with your empress, and the sovereign energy with the queen. So they really want to treat you very, very well, and they're ready to let their guard down with you. And so it seems like they're ready to become more emotionally available. And then it just seems like maybe because of these situations and issues, you feel like, oh, I changed my mind for the commitment. What advice do they have for you? So I want to see, or more details about this connection, because this deck can also talk about those things. Oh, and this is Twin Flame Light Side, Shadow Side Messages, and Twin Flame Guidance. Or Twin Flame Guidance Oracle, or something like that. It's by Liv Tarot. Okay, so I get fertility. So it also seems kind of like you guys are thinking about who do you want to plan your life with. And you may feel like, I really like this person, but now I'm realizing they're not a life partner. And I'm really wanting to, have something more serious and have a new beginning in that way. And what's interesting with fertility is you may be like, I have different ideas of raising kids than you. Or like some of these major big things are going to come out. And I think you guys might think like, yeah, I'm not sure if we're really a match after all. So there is this. Then I see receive. But I feel like that they do end up giving you a lot of affection and love. And I feel like you get to receive it. And I feel like it feels nice to receive it. And I feel like you like it. And I feel like they fill up your little bucket with all sorts of strawberries. And they make you feel like very loved. So that's good. And I get forgive. So you guys will go through those. It seems like you probably will go through some of those fights, but I get that you guys would forgive each other and make up and stuff. So I do feel like that even if there's fighting in these next few months coming up, that you guys do forgive each other and there is like a closeness and a repair that happens so that you guys can at least kind of keep going. And then, yeah, I get balance, which is interesting. I get also, this is you. Again, it's Two of Coins energy where you're balancing your self-love with your commitment to this connection and your investment emotionally with this connection. And then I get the Fall, which is changes in the air. Your answers arrive in autumn. So I do feel like that in this situation that you will probably start to deepen your connection in this next like month to 2 months if you guys are in the fall. Now when you're watching it, like if you're watching it when I'm releasing it. So it's kind of like this autumn is when things will kind of change. And it's interesting because it says your answers will arrive in autumn. So I feel like this fall is when you guys will probably deepen your commitment to each other, and then you'll probably change your commitment and get out of it. Maybe either by the end of autumn or maybe even the winter. So I feel like it's a good experience for you nonetheless though. And I feel like you're liking it and you're interested, and I think it's cool. So I want to see a little bit about like what are the vibes right now in this connection. I use my new deck. I'll use my Sister Moon Tarot deck. So what are the vibes in your current connection, pile 1? So we have 1, 2, 3. We'll do 4. We'll do an overarching energy. And we'll put it from the middle. Okay. So, denial. So there's some stuff that maybe you're seeing as red flags or as already different values or different like kind of deal breakers or roadblocks, but you guys might be in denial about it. You might be minimizing red flags, or you guys might be not wanting to see certain things, or you might be putting some stuff off to the side. And yeah, it says, I still don't have the courage to face the truth. So I feel like, or maybe you feel like they're more emotionally available than they are, but I do feel like that they will get there, but maybe you're fast forwarding a little bit in this connection. So there's a little bit of that. Then I get for you, seasons change. That's exactly what we just saw with the autumn card. So I get seasons change. And again, look at the fall leaves going to the winter ice. And it says seasons change, but my love for you never dies. So I feel like maybe you still have feelings for your person, or you still like will care for them, even if you decide like, oh, this might not be the right connection for us long term. And then I get still in love. I loved you from the moment I met you, and I still love you. And I feel like that there's still a connection there that's very beautiful, where I feel like that, you know, you do have a lot of feelings for them. I also feel like they may also still hung up on their ex or somebody from the past, but as they date you, that's where they start to kind of connect deeper to you emotionally. So some of you may know that they may be emotionally unavailable because maybe they're still getting over a connection. But I do feel like either way, there is a lot of kindness and love in this connection for you. And an overarching energy for this connection, Divine Masculine. So I'll go to that deck next. I am awakening to this connection, and I know we are eternal flames. So I do get that your person is awakening to this. So it's a beginning, they're growing, their emotions are deepening, and they are progressing in this direction. So I will go to Divine Masculine then, since that is a Divine Masculine card. And we will see what's going on here. So there we go. That wanted to talk. So we have 3 cards from Divine Masculine. And then we'll go to my fall deck for my final message for you. Okay. I am yearning for our union. So I do feel like your person is really awakening to it. They're starting to be very attracted to you. They're starting to emotionally really, you know, grow towards you. And I feel like that their feelings for you are increasing. I've been feeling lost and confused without you. So I feel like that your person may feel lost and confused when you're not around. I don't feel like you guys are in separation, but if you are, then I feel like that they're noticing the absence of you, and it's starting to evoke feelings in them of wanting to be closer to you. And I get, please don't give up on me because I'm not letting you go. So I do feel like that your person really feels like they don't want you to give up on them, because they want to see if they can still explore this connection and they don't want to let go of you. They still feel like there's something here with the Temperance. Now, as a final message for you, I want to get some things of what they would say to you if they could. And this is from my Let's Fall in Love Oracle deck that I use in the autumn, which is cool. And when I say I own it. I don't mean like I made it. I didn't make it. So, okay. So we have 5 messages as final messages of what your person would say to you if they could, or what's going through their mind right now about you. So we have, where I'm going next, I must go alone. So your person also may feel like they're not ready for a commitment because they have to do something first before they commit to you, or they're not quite ready to pair with you or partner with anybody. Then I get hiding from each other. Yeah, your person is still kind of avoiding you or being evasive or pulling back or going a different direction. So there is that. I get you and I against the world, which is cool. So I do feel like that your person feels like they are definitely, wanting to, when they're ready, to probably commit to you or partner, because they have to do something alone first, and that's why they're hiding from you or pulled back. But I do feel like they see that there's a lot of potential here, that you guys could be a power couple. I will always be there for you, especially if you guys have been friends. So I do feel like there's a certain loyalty there, and there is a strong bond. So that's good. And then I get you've illuminated my thoughts and mind. So you've given them some food for thought, and I feel like they definitely are very, interested in what you have said. So that is what I have for you, Pile 1. I hope this has helped you. That was a very interesting twist I did not expect. I don't know if you already suspect this, or if you're like, no, I love my person forever, I will marry them. But that was very interesting when I saw that. So let me know how it goes. Let me know if in a few months you're like, nah, or if you're like, they finally committed. That's lovely. Anyways, you guys, so that is what I have for you. If this wasn't your situation or it didn't resonate with you, feel free to pick another pile or another video. And if you guys liked this, I'd love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate all the times you guys share my video or make clips or, tell your friends. It's awesome. And I will see you guys next time. So, bye guys. Hi guys, welcome to your video Pile 2. You guys have picked the cutest little gnome in the world. So I love that you've picked him. He is a very autumn sunflower gnome, which is cute. I love how his hat is too big and it goes over his face. He's very cute. I think he might be getting a little washed out from the glare of the sun coming through this window, but I think he's adorbs. I'm going to put him in frame so you can see him, and you did see already close up how he is, so that's cute. So he is the cutest little guy. I've also picked for you this beautiful Angel Aura Quartz, which is very lovely, which I will put by your gnome. And you have picked the Alchemia Tarot card. So I love this for you. We're going to see if your person will commit. That is our question of the day. So you may be curious about what's going on in this connection, and you're wondering if they will commit to you. And if they've already committed to you, you might wonder if they will commit further. So if you guys are dating, you might wonder, will they make you an official, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner? If you guys are in a committed relationship, and monogamous, you guys might wonder, will you guys get engaged? And if you guys are engaged, you might wonder if you guys will get married. If you're married and you're wondering, will they commit? It might be because you're wondering about their feelings in the marriage, and you're wondering, will they continue with this marriage? Or will they recommit to you, maybe renew your vows? Or would they, really emotionally be present in this connection? Or, honor their commitments with you. So we're going to look to see if they will commit. So I'm going to start with this general spread about relationships to see a little overview about what's going on with the deck you chose. So I have 3 cards on your side for how you are thinking and feeling about your person and your experience about this connection so far from your point of view, what you're experiencing currently. and then what your person is experiencing currently, their point of view, what they're going through and experiencing with you right now, what they're thinking and feeling about you and their side. We have 3 cards for the past. What has happened already to bring you guys to this current situation or moment in your connection? 3 cards for the future in the next few months, so usually in the next 3 months. So since I am releasing this middle of November, if you're watching this video when I'm releasing it, I will say this goes between now and mid-February. If you're watching it in a timeless reading, so if you're watching it later on, it still will be resonating for you. That's great. And this will just be 3 months in the future from where you're at now. And then this is a longer term outcome card, meaning beyond 3 months. So for you guys watching it when I'm releasing it, this would mean in regards to probably like end of February and beyond that, or beyond 3 months from whenever you are watching it. So actually I'll go like this. All right. So these cards can be upright or in reverse. If they are upright, they'll face you. If they're in reverse, they will face me. So let's see what we got. So I'm feeling like you have been confusing kind of all over the place a little bit. So like I get the Queen of Cups, which is upright. So you are loving. Your heart is open. I feel like you give so much love and kindness to your partner or to your person. I feel like your heart is so open and you're so nurturing and it's beautiful. But something is a little off, to be honest. I get the High Priestess and the Queen of Fire in reverse. So with the High Priestess in reverse, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups are very similar energies. So you might be having a hard time hearing your intuition because maybe you're just too much in your heart space. Maybe you're like, I just love my person. I don't know intuitively if they will be with me or if I will commit to them or what will happen in the future. I don't know psychically or intuitively what will happen, but I do love them and my heart is open to love and I have caring for them and sweetness for them. So that's interesting. And then I get the Queen of Fire in reverse. So you might feel like you're all heart. So the Queen of Fire is a little bit of either, and I can't even say not loving yourself or having a problem with self-esteem because the Queen of Cups is upright. So you might have good days and bad days. You may go back and forth between feeling like you're amazing and then feeling like bad about yourself. You may feel like you have a big open heart, but maybe you don't feel sexy or attractive right now. Maybe you don't feel beautiful right now. Maybe you don't have like the fire in you. Maybe you have a lot of sweetness and love and emotional sensitivity, but you don't really have the spark and that like badass empowerment and that kind of energy. Or you might feel drained, or you might feel tired, or you might feel sick. So that might be kind of what you're going through right now. You may feel, for some of you, you may wonder if they will pick you over another woman. So where I get 2 queens, maybe that there is you, your person, and a third party. So there is that. Or you might be worried about another woman in some way, maybe a mom figure, or, you know, there may be some other situation where you're wondering about that. Another thing, I will address this. Now, for some of you, if you're feeling very emotionally loving, but your sexuality is in reverse, 2 things. 1, you may have sexual trauma. If you have been assaulted or have had something happen to you where it's hard for you to feel safe sexually, then I would say that could be something that you're working through. And I would encourage you to continue working on your healing with that, because the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess in reverse are like, maybe you're working on healing that and to keep going. So that's good. And it's hard to do it and it's brave to do it, and I'm proud of you if you're doing it. And if you haven't started and you're thinking about doing it, or even me saying this is helping you think about doing this, then I would encourage you to do so, because it's life-changing and beautiful. For others of you, I see that for you, that I get that, sorry, I'm still thinking about the other piece. I feel like I'm very moved emotionally when I'm thinking about that. So I'm on that. Let me get a clear channel again. Besides that, I'm also getting to, if you are somebody who identifies as a woman or non-binary and you're attracted to someone also who's a woman or non-binary, I would say these two queens could be that you are, and even the high priestess, that there's a lot of women energy over here, and you may also be trying to figure out if your person might commit to you, especially if you guys are LGBT. So there's that. 4, and that's just, again, these are just messages because it's a collective general reading. Not everybody is going to be in that situation. But you might, and if you are, then this is probably your pile. So now your person is not committed right now. At all. Aw, sorry, baby. Okay, so first of all, I get the 5 of coins, which is your person has a lot of fears, anxieties about commitment and about having things be grounded in and tangible when it comes to commitment. The 10 of coins in reverse. This 10 of coins is usually a wonderful commitment card, a wonderful future planning card, a wonderful building towards the future and investing in it, but it's in reverse. So I feel like your person is also, again, this is a card of like no commitment right now or not in a commitment energy. And then the 6 of swords, which is usually always a card about being a support energy and, you know, being with, you know, support of you, connected to you, dating you, connected, committed, partnership energy. It's in reverse, so it's like that's not happening. So your person is not in a commitment headspace whatsoever right now, and they don't want to commit or they don't feel committed to you, and they are very scared of commitment, and there's all of that. You might feel very vulnerable, and sometimes you may feel rejected and wonder if there's something wrong with you, or why wouldn't they love you, or why aren't you enough, or maybe this situation where you're loving them and they're not at all committing, and this, maybe if you're feeling constantly rejected, maybe you're finding that it's really messing with your self-esteem. Now it's starting to really mess with your head and your self-worth. So that could be what it is. It might be that like it's kind of knocking you over multiple times with the High Priestess and Queen of Fire in reverse. In the past, I get the card, okay, so here's something that's been going on in this dynamic. I feel like your person in the past has walked away from you with the 8 of Cups. They have been kind of selfish and focusing on their own self with the Emperor. And then I get the Ace of Cups coming back in and giving you love. And they have been very confusing. Now, this could be a pattern where they do this all the time, where they always walk away and then always return and then always give you love. And it's like this back and forth mixed messages energy, hot and cold energy, or they like walk away, they focus on themselves, they're very selfish over there, and then they come back in and they give you love and then they leave. That might be a dating style of theirs, or that might be a makeup breakup situation, pattern, habit. So that might be something in them. But from what I'm seeing on their side, they are not at all in any commitment space. Maybe you guys have broken up and they're just like, we are no longer together. But they are just not in any space to even feel like brave or strong or want to be in a commitment, at least so far. Maybe it changes here, but as of right now, they're not like at all in that space. So they're walking away, focusing on themselves, and then they come in and give you love, or they did come in and they gave you love. But they're not sticking around. They haven't stuck around. So that's probably very disheartening. I can see how it would mess with your head. Okay, then I see. And also, if this is a lesbian relationship or an LGBT relationship, I feel like they are more of a divine masculine with the Emperor energy. So I would say they might be more butch, or they might be more masculine, or they may have that kind of energy. Then I get for you in the future, there's still like kind of a lot of messy energy. So I get the Queen of Swords in reverse. So you might actually get to a point where you actually even stop talking to them, or where you don't really communicate, or you may feel like, again, still confused, still not able to make really like good choices or be able to make clear thinking, choices. So this Queen of Swords in reverse, it's like it still kind of messes with your head a lot. It might even be, to be honest, it might even be like a little gaslighting sometimes for some of you. And that can really make you feel like you're going crazy or doubting yourself. So there may be a little bit of that. Then I get the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is, again, communication. Why is there a glare? Communication being off, or not speaking, or not talking. So you guys might have broken up and you guys still continue to stay broken up, or at least not talk. Maybe you guys are in no contact. Maybe you're in separation. Maybe they came back once and they gave you love, or they, were with you, or they were trying to be, I don't feel like they were trying to sleep with you, but I feel like they were, I'm not getting like sex energy, but I'm getting maybe like they were like emotionally attached and they like love bombed you a little bit and then left again. And you were so confused and you were like, oh, well, does that mean we're getting back together? Is there hope for us? What's going on? And it was confusing. Yeah, because in the past, I mean, in the future, I see the Knight of Coins, which is in reverse, which usually the Knight of Coins is like the slowest horse that eventually gets there. But with it now in reverse, it's not even just slow anymore. It's like stopped. So I kind of feel like maybe you guys don't even experience this in the next few months. But what about longer term? 8 of Swords in reverse. Or no, that's 9. 9 of Swords. That's a lot of worries and anxieties, panic attacks and nightmares and stuff, but it's upside down. I feel like you might free yourself from this nightmare. So if this has been going on and this has been really messing with you and this is really difficult and everything, this 9 of Swords energy, which is basically about your anxiety and worries and fears and everything bad that it makes you think about yourself and all of these like scary things that you're like worried about. I feel like you free yourself from those negative thoughts. I feel like, actually, to be honest, you guys, I feel like you probably end up walking away, and I feel like that really takes away a lot of heartache in your life and it really clears up a lot of drama for you. And I think that really it starts to make you be able to feel like you can breathe again and you're happy again and you're loved again and you're able to walk away into a new connection that can like really be like super nurturing of you. Because I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be that this connection is toxic, but it seems like it's really starting to get to you. And I would say that it's probably really starting to like erode you and wear away at you. And I feel like this is really hard on you now. So I would say that if you are looking for me in this video to like, you know, give you permission to go a different direction, then you like totally have it if you want it. Let's see, but let's look to see a little bit more from some oracle cards to see if they will commit to you. Because I'm also curious kind of about more of what's going on in their head and in their psyche and what they're thinking about you with this connection. So I'm going to look at, for some guidance, twin flame guidance, or more further description about what's going on in this connection. So what else is going on in this bond? So, no. The answer to your question is no. Oh, that's sad. Will they commit to you? Maybe not, my sweet love. Maybe not. Then I get home. Cozy, warm, secure. You feel at home with each other. So there is a good vibe. There is a good bond. I feel like that there is a strong, like, okay, here we go. All right, you know what? Here we go. There is a crossroads that's coming up between you and your person. So I feel like at some point you're going to kind of pose the question to them. You're going to ask to their face, like, are you going to ever commit to me? Will you ever be my, you know, partner there? So I get crossroads where I feel like you guys are going to come to a fork in the road where there's a decision that like has to be made. And I feel like that there's this offer and there's this home. So I feel like on one side, I feel like that, you know, you're like, hey, do you want to have all of this beauty, all of this? Like, you have this, like, bouquets of flowers. You have nurturing food. You have warm, like, tea or super hot chocolate or something, or coffee and popcorn and, like, nurturing. And there's, like, a fire in the fireplace. You're like, do you want to have all of this amazing stuff, all that this has to offer, or not? And I feel like that you give them this kind of, not an ultimatum, but an offer. You're like, would you like me on a platter? And okay, so I get chaser. So I get that you might be actually chasing after them, and that also makes you feel rejected and makes you feel bad. And that's interesting because I get that they're just so not in that headspace right now, so you might be feeling very rejected right now. So I get that there's that. And I thought I saw one card flipped over. No. We'll do a final card from this deck. Fifth dimension. Okay, so you might be also just noticing that there's a lot of stuff going. Okay. Also, for some of you, this connection is only in the fifth dimension. It's only in 5D. It's not actually, you guys might not be talking. You guys might not be connecting. Either you're in no contact, or maybe you haven't met yet, or maybe you guys aren't even in this headspace yet. But I get with the fifth dimension that, yeah. So this connection may be for some of you, non-existent right now, only in spirit form, or only in dream time, or only in your hopes. So there is this. And it may just be because you guys aren't talking or connecting or anything. And then I get solitude. So for some of you guys aren't even in contact. You guys aren't even talking, and you guys aren't even met yet, or you guys aren't in this situation. So I feel like that there is like solitude and then all of that. All right. So I would say, for honestly, you guys, I don't want to trigger you. And if this doesn't feel like your situation, totally pick another pile. That's totally fine. But I would say probably the answer to your question is no. They probably won't commit, or at least not anytime soon, or at least it doesn't look like that today. But let me see some of the reasons to maybe why. Why wouldn't they commit to you? Because I get that they're scared of commitment. They're not interested in relationship or partnership. Okay. So yeah, your person is trying to bury their feelings for you with the I'm trying to bury my love for you card. I also get, you make me feel bad about myself sometimes. I feel like this might be you. I feel like your person might make you feel bad about yourself sometimes with that Queen of Fire reversed. Or maybe when you guys get in talks, there's, situations or things that come out in these conversations where your person feels bad about themselves. But I also feel like that it's warranted because they probably have done stuff that have been neglectful or given you love and then abandoned you, or that kind of thing, with the Eight of Cups and the Emperor and the Ace of Cups and, all their cards of not wanting to commit. So there is that. And it says, I regret my actions towards you. So I feel like they're in regret right now. They regret their actions. They regret probably leading you on or giving you love and leaving and walking away and being confusing. And, they feel bad about their actions. And you probably also shared with them that you're hurt, and that makes them also feel guilty and bad about their actions, which is really a consequence of their own behavior and not your fault. So it seems kind of like they're going back and forth about that. And then it says, wherever you are is home to me. You guys, I got this again. Okay, so did you guys live together and somebody move out? Or maybe, again, it's just really a strong reinforcing energy of like you feel at home when you're with each other. Maybe they just feel too much love for you or too much at home vibes with you, and they have to push it away because they can't handle it because it's too hard for them or too intense. So there is that. I want to get some advice for you, baby. I feel like that you might need it right now. I feel like maybe you're going through some really tough times and some tough energies. So I'm going to get my Twin Flame Guidance Oracle. I'm going to reach here. Okay, so with this, please give pile 2 some advice right now and some guidance. It seems like you've been having a hard time hearing your own guidance with the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe because you feel like your self-esteem is, has taken a hit, and maybe that has knocked it so that it's hard for you to trust yourself and to trust maybe the messages coming through for you. So let's see here. Solar plexus chakra. Yeah, this is really, okay, you guys, here's the thing. This beautiful little gnome is all like gold and yellow, and even this sunflower is like as a chakra. It looks like a chakra. And the solar plexus chakra, literally, look, it's a sunflower. This is literally what you picked. And the Queen of Fire you picked was in reverse. And you even got this yellow tarot. So look at all the yellow your soul is looking for. You're looking to reestablish your Queen of Fire upright. You are looking to establish your self-love and your self-esteem and your confidence in yourself again, and to feel beautiful and sexy and attractive and handsome and all those things. So you're really looking to feel like attractive again and, to build yourself up. So the solar plexus chakra card, this is really about being able to balance your, it's around your stomach area, and it's your place of power. It's your empowerment spot, and you're looking to assert yourself. Maybe you're trying to find the thing inside of you that's going to tell off your person, or tell them that it's not okay for them to treat you this way. Or maybe you're needing to, set some boundaries and you're thinking about that. But this is really about being able to know that it's safe to be powerful, and it's safe for you to speak your truth, and it's safe for you to be able to have boundaries. So there is this. I feel like making dreams come true, big dreams. Okay, you guys, maybe in the meantime, while your person's going through their situation, I feel like that you may want to focus on yourself and your big dreams and see what in your life can you focus on for you that makes you feel good, that can build up your self-esteem. Because when you redirect your chaser energy to projects or things in your life that make you feel good about yourself, then you're going to be able to really raise your self-esteem and your confidence and your courage, and and feel like when we achieve challenges, it makes us feel good about ourselves and accomplished. And that is like, it's an adaptive, they call it an adaptive, spiral, or an adaptive energy, which is basically like, when we feel a bad thing and then we think another bad thing, we think another bad thing, and we're just spiraling down. Well, this like adaptive kind of like staircase is like, it's building on itself. So when we accomplish things and we get our dreams and we set some goals and then we achieve some goals, it's easy for us to be able to build up our confidence and our self-esteem. Now, it's hard sometimes when we make big dreams too big that we can't get from like here to here. We have to just set like little steps to go in the direction of our big dreams. So the overarching dream is big. The steps are little, and we take baby steps till we get there and we move in that direction towards a big dream. And that is awesome, because if you set a step way too big, you're going to fail, and then you're going to have an inappropriate sense of failure, and you're going to just kind of like fade off, and you're going to give up, and you're going to feel discouraged. So you have to set achievable steps for you to be able to go in the direction of a big dream. Then I get separation. So you and your person might be in separation. You guys might be a separation pile. So you might also be wondering, like, will they come back or will they stay if they come back? So I do get separation, and I feel like that this is a disappointing energy, but it might be helpful for you to know that, as you accept that you guys are able to heal and are able to start to heal your heart so that you can move on and heal your self-esteem. Because I get wisdom, and that's that high priestess energy outwriting itself. So for you, I feel like it's good that you're going to start to be able to use your intuition. I feel like as you're building your self-esteem, you'll be able to hear yourself, and you'll be able to trust yourself, because you'll be able to know within that you make good choices, and that you're able to, have some wisdom, and you can trust yourself that good outcomes will happen as you're using your wisdom. And now, not all good things happen when we use our wisdom. So you can't say like, oh, you manifested this bad thing. Because the thing is we have bad things that has happened in life, and we can't, help that. But I would say that you can learn to start rebuilding the trust in yourself so that you can listen to your wisdom and to your divine guidance. So I would say that is the message for you, my love. So I would say probably you and your person are not going to commit. It's probably a separation pile, I would say. But I do feel like that your person and you do have a strong bond anyways. There's a lot of cards that represent like coziness and home and, that nurturing energy. But I would say that for you, your divine message is about healing your self-esteem and your sense of self if it's taken a toll on you, and really focusing on accomplishing some dreams of yours that you like to rebuild your self-esteem and help you heal. So that is what I have for you, because I do feel like you will be able to have somebody else come in for you who's amazing. All right, my darlings. All right. That is what I have for you. I hope this has helped. I hope it has not been too harsh. And I hope that, if this situation didn't resonate with you, that you pick another pile or another video. And if you liked this video, or if you feel like it really spoke to you and you felt like, yeah, that was my situation, I'm going through this and it's hard, then, I'm here for you. If you guys like this video, I'd love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate when you guys do that, because it helps my channel, and also it helps me to let you know when I have new videos out. When you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you can see when I post on the community board and when I add shorts and updates and stuff like that. So until next time, I will talk with you later. I wish you lots of love and healing. I know what you're going through is painful right now, and I feel like that there really are good things in store for you, even if it's not going to be with this person. I do feel like that you guys are going to have love, and you are going to be able to have something beautiful, though, with somebody that can really be with you and not tear down your self-esteem, even if they don't mean to. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today, where we had a little fall autumn intro, because what is perfect for the fall but a little pumpkin spice latte? So I found these adorable, cute little pumpkin spice mugs, and I put them on the brick wall because it was like super autumn feel. So I wanted to get festive. You guys have picked this mug as your object of the day, so maybe you also like a little pumpkin spice latte around this time. I get the Thelema Tarot for you in regards to your tarot card deck today of the day. And I also have this beautiful blue deep crystal for you. It's an apatite. So you might feel like pumpkin spice lattes are perfect for your appetite. So who knows? I will put this in frame because I think it's beautiful. Also, I feel like it's very throat chakra. So I feel like communication might be important in this connection for you. Or something that needs to maybe happen. Or it's going to be kind of a highlighted energy. I also feel for you that while we are looking at the question of will your person commit or will they commit to you, that there may be a few scenarios that come through. Pile 1 and 2 have been very interesting with what's come through. So for you guys, I would say that, we'll look at will they commit, and if you guys are single, we'll see if they will offer a relationship, like monogamy or a boyfriend-girlfriend connection, or, that sort of dating partner connection. If you guys are in a relationship with them, like dating monogamous, we'll look to see will this go to an engagement. If you guys are engaged, we'll see will it get to a marriage. And if you guys are married, then we can see will they continue with the marriage, or will they commit, or are they really committed to this marriage, or will they continue to move forward with you in it. So we basically, regardless of your level of commitment with your person, we're going to see what's going on here. Now, for you guys that are new and don't know how these are, for this, I'm starting off with your tarot card deck that you've picked, and I'm starting with a traditional tarot spread, where this is your side, what you are thinking and feeling about your person right now, what you are experiencing in this connection from your point of view. And this is your person's side, what they are experiencing right now and what they're going through right now from their point of view. This is the past, what has happened already in your situation to bring you to this current place where you're at now with your person. This is 3 months in the future. So these 3 cards will represent what's going to happen most likely based on the current course of events in your connection with your person, based on like divine destiny or how you guys are interacting with each other. And this will be between now and 3 months in the future. So I'm releasing this mid-November. So this will basically go between now and let's say middle of February, a little past Valentine's Day. And then this is a timeless reading. So you might be watching this at any point in the future. So just calculate 3 months between now and then. And then this is a longer term outcome card. So it's going to be beyond the 3-month mark. So for you guys, this is going to be beyond the middle February past Valentine's Day time period for yours if you're watching this when I am releasing it. So for you, how are you feeling with your person right now? Well, okay. You are feeling kind of unloved, but you're not fighting about it. Okay. That's why the communication card is coming up, because you're not really feeling loved. You're not feeling their affection. You're not feeling anything really like coming from them, or at least they might be giving it all day long, but you're not receiving it. You're not feeling it. You're not feeling like loved, all that. So I get the 5 of Wands in reverse, which is usually the 5 of Wands upright is the card of like arguing and fighting, but it's in reverse. You're either repressing it, or you're trying to be cool about it, or you're not mentioning it, or maybe you guys aren't in contact, or maybe you're in low contact, but you're not bringing it up. Or maybe it's, you're going on about your dynamic with your person and you're just not mentioning how you're feeling unloved. So it just seems like for whatever reason, you're not picking, maybe you're like, I don't want to mention it. I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to cause problems. I don't want to cause drama. So you're trying to be the non-drama queen. Because right now you're just a princess. I get the 5 of Cups and you're upside down. So I see that for you with this card reversed, that you are, I feel like you're also maybe holding back your love and affection for your person. You're not being as expressive with your feelings for them as you could or would be. I feel like you're kind of keeping it to yourself. And with the Ace of Cups, again, it's like you're not really given the romantic love, but I'm also getting more that you're not really feeling loved. You're not really receiving the love, and you're kind of just trying to downplay it or be quiet about it or be chill. So there's a lot of this reversal energy going on, but I feel like there is a lot of love there because I'm getting all the Ace of Cups, Princess of Cups energy. And there's probably a lot of maybe suppressed frustration, resentment, or anger there because I'm getting a lot of that 5 of Wands energy, but all of it is being squashed. So your person is feeling all reversed as well. They have been tied up and restricted, but they're freeing themselves from that. So the 8 of Swords is that they're trying to free themselves up so they can be more available. I feel like they've been tied up, they have not liked it, they're restricted, and they've not been able to be with you or move forward with you. So things are kind of at a pause or a standstill, and they're trying to free themselves. I also feel with your person that with the Page of Swords reversed, they're not communicating anything really. You might be in a no contact, you might be in a low contact situation where they're not talking to you a lot, or maybe not about deep stuff, or maybe it's infrequent, or maybe it's spread out. But it seems like with the Princess of Swords, they're also not talking much. But even though they're not able to talk to you a lot, I feel like they're trying to prioritize you, even though they have probably nothing to give. So I'm getting that they're trying to free themselves from being tied up and restricted. They can't really communicate a lot to you. That might be one of the restrictions, or they might be restricting themselves from that. Maybe they're working towards opening up, or being more communicative or more expressive. And yeah, so this Princess of Swords is a tough energy. And I feel like they're probably overanalyzing in their head about stuff and letting their own thoughts get the best of them. They're all trapped by their own overanalytical mind. And then the 6 of Coins in reverse is like they're just not able to give anything. So they're just not able to give much, and they're not able to give a balanced connection right now. So that's kind of how things are at the moment. So things are tough. It's tricky with you guys. It seems like you're feeling unloved. They're not able to give anything either. And you guys are feeling like, you guys are in this kind of tough time. In the past, wow, you guys have had a lot of worries, anxieties, nightmares, stress, panic. So this 9 of Swords in upright is a lot of negative thoughts, stress, worries, panic attacks. Stress, worst case scenario, fears. So all of that. But I love the 2 of Cups. You guys had a commitment in the past. You guys were committed to each other, and there was a very big, connection there. I get there was love, there was commitment, there was so much. Like I see Venus on the card, I see the full moon on the card. It was a lot of emotions. It was a lot of sweetness and harmony and beauty. So that was amazing. And I get 7 of Coins. You guys were patient about this connection. You were building towards a future. You were investing. You guys might be broken up now, but you guys were committed. It was beautiful. There was like a lot of a strong energy of planting seeds and watching it grow and hoping this connection would build and moving towards a future together and being a united team and a partner. So you guys are ones that used to be in a commitment. Okay. Now I see. And if you guys are still, it doesn't show a breakup, but it does show tension and stress. So maybe you guys are still committed on some level, but not on every level. Not like maybe you guys are still dating, but not engaged or married or whatever. So maybe you guys are still committed on some level, but it does seem like there's just, you guys are in a drought. You're in a drought. In the next few months, it doesn't seem like a commitment. But it also, I feel like there's still a togetherness, if that makes sense, but it doesn't seem like a happy awesomeness togetherness. So we'll see what more of the long-term card is or why or that sort of thing. But so first I get the Death card reversed. So if it was upright, it would be an ending, and I'd be like, here's a breakup, or here's a change, or there's a transition, or maybe things can get different or better or move forward or move on, or you guys are letting go or that. But it's not. It's reversed. So you guys are not letting go. It's not a change. You're not ending it. You're not, ending this connection. You're still going. So there's still some kind of like togetherness energy. And even weirdly in this card too, I always feel like this is an interesting Death card in this tarot because of the white horse to the side here. I always feel like this white horse is like there is still some forward motion. So with it in reverse, I feel like there's probably not much forward motion in this connection, but you guys aren't ending it. So maybe still more of a pause or more of a delay or more of the same. And then I get the Eight of Cups in reverse. Usually the Eight of Cups is a card of walking away, letting go, moving on, getting rid of negative emotions that have been weighing you down or holding you back, but it's in reverse. So there's no walking away. So there's no ending. There's no walking away. There's no releasing of negative emotions though. So I don't feel like you're going to come forward about this. Maybe you don't bring it up. Maybe you feel like it's pointless to bring it up or it's hopeless. Interesting, there's still the full moon here, which is so similar to the Two of Cups. So it's like you're not walking away because you still have in your heart that commitment. You still have in your heart that beautiful love, and you want that commitment. So you're not letting go of it. I don't feel like you're giving up. But then I get the Ten of Coins, which usually that's about building a connection, building a commitment, building a relationship, but it's in reverse. So I feel like you guys aren't investing in this connection, but you're not letting go. You're not moving on. You're not changing anything though. You're not letting go of negative emotions though. So there's not really any change. It seems like it's more of the same. So what you're going through now seems like it still continues over the next 3 months. But maybe there's something that can be different we could look at. But right now it just looks like more of the same. So I would say, no, they're not really committing to you in the next 3 months, but also it's not like they never will, or it's not like you guys are stopping or letting go or whatever. Whereas pile 1 and 2 were very different when it came to like no commitment or like ending a commitment or stopping it. Whereas with this one, it's like they're not committing, but they're also not like leaving and it's not changing. It's like stagnant, to be honest. But in the future though, what I love about this is the Sun. So I do feel like in the future there will be a lot more happiness. I do feel like maybe there's just some waiting time, maybe a lot of waiting time. And it's not like I ever like advise you to wait around because that could be a waste of time. But I would say that with the Sun, that your person is, I feel they're freeing themselves from what is putting this connection in stagnancy, even though it probably is like maybe they won't succeed in freeing themselves in 3 months, or maybe that it's a longer term thing they need to adjust in order to, or it might just be their own mental prison, or it might be a job because the Six of Coins is maybe it's a financial situation they need to free themselves from. But it seems like there's something they need to free themselves from, so that maybe they can have more time, maybe they can give more, maybe they can be more expressive. But it seems like it's going to be like a long road. But I do feel that it has a happy ending. So the Sun is good and happy in the longer term. So I would say if you are somebody that feels like you want to stick it out, that it seems like eventually it will probably commit down the road, or at least it will get happier and you will be happy in this connection more than you are now, which right now you're not feeling a lot of anything. You're not getting a lot of love at all. So let me see some of their thoughts. I'm going to jump around this time differently than the other piles because you guys are a different situation. So I'm going to go with my Autumn deck, Let's Fall in Love Oracle. And I want to see what is your person thinking about you with this connection. So I want to know you on a deeper level. So for some of you, I feel like your person knows you on some level, but if you're not expressing yourself and you're not sharing with your person who you are and your vulnerabilities and your love and your life, then maybe they feel like shut out in some way, or maybe they know that you're just not really opening up or being like emotive or emotionally like transparent. So I feel like they want to know probably what's going on with you. They probably want to know what's going on, even if they can't do anything about it. Also, oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, also I get hidden agenda. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they're hiding and not telling you and they're not sharing with you. So when I say that, I mean they probably are trying to get a plan or a strategy together to see how they can improve this situation, but they aren't telling you their plan. But I feel like they're trying to come up with a plan. And I've fallen in love with you. So I feel like your person does love you, or they've fallen in love with you, pile 3. So I feel like they want to know you deeper because they've fallen in love with you and they have a hidden agenda. But it's interesting because they're like, don't believe the lies you hear about me. So they're like, we're not lying. I'm not lying. I'm just hiding my agenda. So they're probably like, don't believe I'm lying to you because I'm not like doing something nefarious, but I'm not telling you what I'm going through. And not only that, but they feel like they have to go through a time period in their life alone because it says where I'm going next, I must go alone, or I'm going to go alone. So it seems like they have to do something on their own right now. And that's why in the future, farther, you get the sun, but not for like the next 3 months. They may feel like this is a time period in their life where they have to be alone or without you right now. So there's a little bit of that going on. And we'll take these 2. Can't be trusted. Hidden agenda. They're not lying, but they're hiding their agenda, and maybe they're not able to really, open up right now. It says, I wonder if they feel like, I don't think they feel like they can really trust themselves to really be there for you right now, is the thing. So I feel like you can't be trusted. So maybe your person isn't trustworthy, or maybe you just can't really trust their words because it doesn't line up with what they're really doing or thinking. But it does seem like they do love you, and I do feel like they're probably hiding their love for you. And it also seems like they are doing, stuff that's challenging. They have to do some stuff by themselves. And I get changing my perspective. So I get that they're changing their perspective in regards to love, relationships, and dating, in regards to maybe they're learning about how to trust love. Maybe they felt like you couldn't be trusted, but they're changing their perspective on that. Maybe they're feeling like you can, or maybe they're like, wow, pile 3 can't trust me because I can't be open and honest with my feelings about her or him or them, and it's just hard. So I feel like your person is trying to work some stuff out mentally. All right. I feel like your person has a lot going on. They're overanalyzing a lot, and I feel like maybe their mind is always racing. What do I want to look at? I want to see, where did the crystal go? I don't know. Maybe it's there. Okay. I want to see, let's do the truth deck. I haven't done this in a, well, actually I always do this one, but I haven't done this today. Okay. Will they commit to you? Ask for help. Yes. You guys, it came out. Okay. I love that. Okay. So yes, and then ask for help. So I do feel like they will commit to you, but they need a lot of help. So yes. I love this. And also I feel like they will ask you for help. So I think this is very interesting here. So I do feel like they will ask you for help. And here's something. What about, they might ask you, you might want to write this on the calendar. They might ask you for help on January 23rd. Throwing that out there. Maybe that's also there, or your birthday, or an important date. It's right when Capricorn becomes Aquarius energy. So they might ask for help, or maybe that they will commit to you more around January 23rd. Okay. So, interesting. Will they commit to you? Repeating the past. They need to get out of this past pattern and this past cycle and low vibes. So yes, so they are kind of probably in some depression or some slump right now. They're definitely, nobody's happy when you're trapped and restricted and tied up. Nobody's happy when they have nothing to give and they're drained and this is not like a happy, good time. So I feel like they're in a loop. They need to get themselves out of this loop. They're looping and having ruminating thoughts, where their thoughts just keep repeating themselves and there's no productivity about like actually challenging their beliefs or working on them or healing or anything. And it seems like that they're very much stuck in that thought pattern, which cycles and keeps them stuck. And also, because we got that 9 of Swords, that wasn't good in the past. And then we get with those low vibes, repeating the past, like, yes, okay, that's where it is, in the past. Okay, hold up, sorry, got another message. So, yes, okay, so yeah, their mind, the 9 of Swords, those worries and those anxieties keep cycling, they keep going through. It's like your person has never shaken themselves out of this panic attack. So your person is constantly anxious. And that's the low vibes, that's the anxiety, that's the depression. So your person keeps cycling, and maybe that's what they need help for. Maybe that's where they finally ask for help, is to get out of that mental prison, because that is not a good place to be. That is not easy. Also, we have September 15th coming through. So we have that. Okay. Commitment coming, you guys. Literally, I didn't even make this up. This is awesome. I want to stop the reading right now and just be like, yes, commitment coming. I won't. I kind of want to, but I won't. Okay. Yay. You guys, those are 2 cards in regards to that. They're so good. Okay. All right. Wow. And then balancing act. So this juggling of them not being able to give you anything is ending. So the first thing that will change in this connection is they're going to start to be able to be more giving. They're going to start to be able to give more to you, which is amazing. Okay. All right. What else? Now it's just coasting from here. I'm like, now it's just downhill, coasting. I don't have to pedal, but we're going to keep going. I don't even know what I did with the crystal. I think I put it over here. So, well, let's see. Okay. Let's just skip around some decks since nothing else matters. Since nothing else matters, keep watching. Okay. So, let's see here. We have Twin Flame Current Vibes by Sister Moon Tarot. Will they commit to you? Miracle. I am praying for a miracle. That's beautiful. That somehow our paths will cross again. I feel like that there will be a miracle from the universe sent to you guys to be able to help you get together. And I do feel that your person is praying for a miracle in this connection because I feel like they really care for you. Balance. You brought balance to my life. They need to balance it. They need to be able to give you more. I will never give up. I will always believe in you and our connection. You guys, your person, oh my gosh, your person. I love this so much. Okay. Fate. I try to remind myself to trust fate. And it said, remember that message can't be trusted? They're not, yeah, they're having a hard time trusting fate because you guys need a miracle. All right. This journey is so much bigger than just you and I. This is so magical, you guys. This is really intense. I love this card. Okay. Very cool. All right. I just want you to be open and honest with me. I want to be open and honest with you. Transparency. Yeah, exactly. The communication needs to improve in this situation. And literally, I feel like they want to be open and honest with you, and they're choosing not to. And you're probably choosing not to because you want to avoid fighting. And it's interesting. So both of you kind of probably in your hearts want to be transparent, but probably aren't being so. And then fly away. I am stuck here when all I want is freedom. I wish I could fly away. So your person wants to free themselves from that 8 of Swords so much. So that is so good. And I feel like they want to be honest with you, telling you that they're trying to free themselves from whatever is tying them up, and that they're never going to give up freeing themselves because they feel like you guys are fated. And they want to tell you this, but they're probably not telling you this. And that's what their hidden agenda is, you guys. Okay. I love this stuff. Okay. I don't know. I don't really want to look at these. Okay. We'll do Untold Truths of the Heart. And then we'll wrap up with something else. Okay. Beauty. Charming, graceful, luxurious. And I get this beautiful swan. I feel like they see you as a beautiful swan who is graceful, who glides through life. And that is so beautiful. So they see you as this. Wow. Okay, shallow. Superficiality, boredom, and blank. I feel like they're depressed. I feel like they are keeping things very surface level with you, and they're not really going deep with you. So they are keeping things very shallow, very surface level right now because they are trapped. I was like, wow, you guys. They are exactly 8 of Swordsing, and they need to unfree themselves, stuck, tied down, captive. And they're really trying to fly away. They're really trying to get out of this bind. And then emotional whirlwind upheaval. Look at this tower moment, you guys. This is intense. Shock, the unexpected, trouble, affected, dramatic, and unstable. Wow, you guys, that's intense. Okay, so that's going to happen. This miracle that's going to happen. There is this change. Well, I know the death card is not changing, but I know they're trying to free themselves, and I feel like at some point there will be this tower moment. Because I feel like they are trying to free themselves and they don't know how, but wow, I feel this is divine intervention, honestly. Maybe not in 3 months, but maybe in 4 or 5. I feel like there's definitely something great that happens around the end of January. All right, you guys, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Let's end with just some, since we know they're committing eventually, just not soon. Interesting. Curious. What are some time frames that they might be able to commit in a more serious way? So I'll have 3 time frames come out because this is multiple viewers watching. So it's a collective reading. So for most of you watching, your person, pile 3, will commit in. And a couple of them, because you guys might be watching this at different times of the year, it is a timeless reading. And then also because there is free will and stuff. And so maybe there is procrastination or there's speeding things up or whatever. So there is free will. So one of the time frames of when you guys can commit to each other will be King of Swords, Aquarius energy. The first window of time I would say would be January 23rd. From now, if you're watching. But I would say Aquarius month, King of Swords, which we saw. Next, 3 of Swords. Yes, 3 months from now. Okay, so that's the thing. At the end of nearing the end of the 3-month cycle is when things start to shift. So I would say 3 of Swords, King of Swords. So in the next 3 months, Aquarius energy time. And then 9 of Coins, which is September, which is so funny. That's what I saw. Okay, January 23rd or September 15th. Okay, because that's 9, which is September, which is Virgo, which is Earth sign. Okay, you guys. And this is timeless, so it's also kind of like maybe for those of you that are watching in May or whatever. Okay, awesome. So exciting. All right, you guys. So windows of time when they can commit would be more like Aquarius or Virgo season. So around like September 15th or around like January 23rd. So cool. Sorry if it feels far away. I'm excited because I feel like there was confirmation for the numbers, but that's just because I am kind of like an astrology geek and I love astrology. All right. This is how they feel for you. Stellar Energy Oracle. This is the same. Look at this unexpected event. Oh my gosh, this is the same thing we just got with Untold Truths from the Heart. Oh my gosh, upheaval, shocking events, unexpected shocking events. There is something happening. Taking action. Your person might have an unexpected event happen in their life where they are going to start taking action. That is crazy. Okay. Second chances, you guys. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yes, I love this, especially if you were committed and now you're not, and they want a second chance with you or they're going to try it again with you. Difficult decision. So they also do have choices to make too. It's not going to be like only fate. They definitely have to free will choose to. So there is a difficult decision or a crossroads coming up. Anyways, this looks very promising. I'm very happy with this. So I'm good. Good job, you guys, person. I'm so glad that that has worked out better. Alrighty, well, that is what I have for you, pile 3. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this. This has been great for me. I'm happy for you guys. I think this is good. If you guys liked this video, that's awesome. If this is not your situation, feel free to pick another pile or another video. If it didn't resonate, no worries. Sometimes this is not your situation, and that's fine. But if you feel like, you're going through this and this makes sense and these cards line up, then awesome. If you liked it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I always appreciate you guys sharing my videos on your page and telling your friends. And I appreciate you guys, making the clips that you guys have made. And, I appreciate that a lot. And if you guys haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. And you guys will get updates on when I post to the community board and, when I post shorts and, other videos and stuff. So I will see you guys soon. Enjoy your future commitment. Bye. So cool.